Josh Norman. I've given Josh Norman a lot of grief on this channel. He's not particularly great in coverage. He's a lot like Richard Sherman in the sense that he's kind of old and kind of slow. And if you go after him, he's going to, either give up the catch or commit a penalty. But he didn't go up against the threat today. There was no passing game in Jacksonville. What he did do, though, was force his 5th fumble in 8 games. How does he do that? I got to give Kyle Shanahan credit for sticking with this guy and Josh Norman credit. That's one hell of a contribution to a defense that really struggles forcing turnovers. A forced fumble once a game, that's great. Good job, Josh Norman. That's interesting to see him do that. But I have something else I want to say about him. After the game, I don't know if you guys watched the press conferences on YouTube. I'm usually there. I didn't go to Jacksonville. I was watching on YouTube with you guys. And he was the first defensive player to come out, I believe. And he is the voice of the defense. Am I wrong? Like, there's Fred Warner, but Fred isn't exact. Fred's still 25 years old. And he's having an up and down season, yada, yada, yada. Josh Norman kind of has stepped into that Richard Sherman spot of DB in his 30s, very confident, willing to speak for everyone. And I don't know, it's just kind of interesting how he's taken that role. Like, he's not going to be on the team next year. I think Josh Norman epitomizes this team. Little old, maybe prematurely written off, showing that he still can get the job done in certain ways, in his way, but not going to be here next year. What is the purpose of Josh Norman being the voice of this defense? It seems so strange. And I think it shows you the voice of this defense is a man who is a hired gun who's going to be somewhere else next year. So, yeah, the Niners have come together and beaten the Bears, the Rams, and the Jaguars in 3 of the last 4 games. And Josh Norman's been a key contributor in those wins. But again, what is the vision here? What's going on? How is Josh Norman the voice of this team? What is this? Where is this team going? It's kind of interesting. Josh Norman wasn't even here in training camp. He's the voice of this team. Really, Josh Norman's the voice of this team. You hear him talk, and it's not Kittle, it's not Bosa, it's not Jimmy, it's not Kyle. This locker room needed a Richard Sherman figure. For whatever reason, this team works with a Richard Sherman figure. The Uncle Sherm figure, it's Uncle Norm. Uncle Norm. Call him Uncle Norm. He's running this team. It's wild. He was on the couch in August. The Niners called him up in September. Now he's the leader of the team. And he's forcing fumbles left and right. Really strange. But it's kind of, epitomizing the Niners season. They can dial up Kittle when they want playoffs. Okay. Just something to think about. He's not the same player I thought he used to be. I think the Niners are better at every position than the Vikings. But for some reason, they concern me next week. Should I be concerned? I think you should be concerned, Jody. I think the Niners and Vikings are awfully even. At least that's my impression right now. Very similar teams. Mid-tier quarterbacks, overpaid, good skill position players. Some big flaws.